You mentioned Kennedy, which brings me to Love Story. It's on FX and Hulu right now. I just started watching the first episode.
What did you think?
Well, I've got some problems. I know you've got a lot of problems with this, but the guy playing JFK Jr. is so far annoying me. I don't think he's attractive enough, even though he's a male model. I think JFK Jr. is actually significantly better looking than this guy. So I think if you're just going to go for the pure model, you should step it up one notch more.
Okay.
The gal, last name Pigeon, I think the same about her. She's a beautiful woman, but Carolyn Bessette had a very distinctive look.
Yes.
I don't think they've got it.
Yes.
That's all I've seen so far. I'm only like half an hour into the first episode.
Okay.
But you literally wrote the book on the Kennedys. It's called Ask Not. If you really want to know what happened to the Kennedy family, read Maureen's book. Let me show a scene. Oh, okay. This is not a bad one. This is JFK Jr. in the gym. I did watch this with his cousin, Anthony Radswell. How do you pronounce that?
Radswell.
Yeah, okay. We have a chair of theirs in our house.
You have to show it to me.
I will. His mother... How are they related? Is Jackie O's sister?
Yeah, Lee Radziwill was Jackie's sister.
We have Lee Radziwill's chair.
Get out.
Oh, I'm fancy, Maureen.
Oh.
Yeah. That and a nickel will get you a gumball. Here's JFK Jr., the fake JFK Jr. at the gym with his cousin Anthony, SOT 31.
So what if he flubs the bar exam twice is in parentheticals. America's uncrowned prince is facing 30 with a steady girlfriend, fabulous looks, even a movie role. But now it's time to hit those law books. If it makes you feel any better, anyone who knows you knows that you don't have a steady girlfriend.
Fuck off. I can't show my face around the city with these headlines everywhere.
But you show your dick to everyone at the gym.
Apparently this is all I'm good for.
Well, as your cousin, obviously, I disagree. Also, I'm an actual prince with a title and everything. What is this obsession with anointing you?
Okay, your thoughts on it?
I have several problems with that scene. The first is I hate clunky expository dialogue.
I love the way your mind works.
As your cousin, I disagree. Like, you have to communicate to the audience that these two are cousins in a much more artful manner. Same with, well, I'm an actual prince. Like, you gotta be more sophisticated about it.
That's a fair point.
He is also, he's the guy with cancer that Carol Radziwill married to get close to in my opinion, get close to JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
Yes.
Who I believe she was really in love with. I think Carol was really in love with Carolyn Bessette. But that's another conversation.
Okay, wow.
Okay. Secondly, if they wanted to go with real verisimilitude, JFK Jr. used to walk around the gym fully naked, playing with his genitalia. It's a theme, right?
Oh, it's a theme.
Potted plant.
Yeah.
Like picking around down there, inspecting. So he was like teasing all the men at the gym.
Needing attention?
Needed attention like no other. And so
he was a little Markle-y.
But I think Carolyn was the Markle. I think that JFK Jr., he chose to live in New York City, and he spent every free moment running around shirtless.
Yes.
He loved the media attention.
Yes.
He loved it. It was what he did best. He wasn't a brainiac.
No.
He wasn't a lawyer. He wasn't a publishing magnate. He was a hot guy looking for a good time.
With a great name.
With a great name, and he looked like a movie star, and I agree with you completely. The thing about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, the real things, they had that factor. Like, you cannot manufacture it.
Yeah.
And like, you can put as many hair extensions in Sarah Pigeon as you want.
Yep.
And lighter as much as you want. Because the real people were so unstable, so damaged,
yes,
so messy, so obsessed with presenting themselves physically perfect, I think, to cover up all that mess inside.
Yep.
So that's where the focus would go, right?
And there was something very compelling. Maybe it was the damage. You looked at JFK Jr., it wasn't just his look. I mean, he was a very handsome guy, but there was something going on there. Like, there was a lot he was working out. Maybe it was his death wish, as you document and Ask Not. But like, there was something fascinating about him as you looked at him, as you listened to him talk. Maybe it's just that he was the, son of
It had a lot to do with
American royalty.
Yeah.
This model, he's an attractive man by any measure, but like, he doesn't have the it factor. And I think if you're going to play JFK Jr., you have to have the it factor. And same for Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. However damaged she was, maybe that's part of it, but she's also missing the it factor. You're not like, as you see him on stage, which you should be. You should be watching them like, oh my God. Even if they're not as attractive and they're not exact replicas,
Right,
but like if they've got the thing,
Yes.
it would have worked better.
You know those people who walk into a room and you feel the energy shift. Like the energy goes to, like, everybody knows somebody of import or whatever has entered the room. The one thing I will say about this guy's characterization, which I am enjoying, is I think, he's gotten JFK Jr.'s voice down. And I think that was a really hard voice to get down because there was no personality in it. Like, it had just been scrubbed of any real, like, affect or weirdness or idiosyncrasy, and it kind of had all these rounded vowels. And I also, I don't know whether he's been directed this way. I know Sarah Pidgeon had a movement coach to play Carolyn Bessette, so I'm guessing he had a movement coach to play JFK Jr., who was all about his physicality, but he's kind of playing him like this big dumb puppy.
Okay.
You know? Like, he's always like taking his, this is true. This is what JFK Jr. would do. He like never understood why his bicycles were always getting stolen because he never fucking locked them up.
Oh, yeah.
On the streets of New York City.
Yeah.
He just thought, well, it's my bike. Nobody's going to steal I'm JFK Jr. It's
going to happen. So I know they call it Love Story. Is that the right title for this thing?
In Ryan Murphy's world, sure. Ryan Murphy is a dark, my opinion, I think he's a dark, dark guy. I don't know if you noticed the title sequence. Did you look at that at all? It's those hands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like the Da Vinci hands.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, so look at the way they're moving together, right? They look like ghostly apparitions, and they're moving so slowly, it looks to me like they're moving in water. And they're coming together, and
that's
and
creepy.
It's very creepy, and I think that speaks to this. First of all, there's a darkness in the culture that is like that right there. To me, is emblematic of it. There is this fascination with an elevation of like death, and like the more macabre, the better, because those people met violent ends, and I don't understand how it is. Like, Ryan Murphy is telling a version of this story that is soapy and glossy. And as someone who lived, as a young person in downtown New York in the 90s, they're getting a lot of it right. That vibe, that feel, like that last pre-internet moment, it was.
I was there too. I suddenly feel cooler than I normally do.
But it was like magazines mattered, and people went out to restaurants and bars and clubs.
And he was a man about town. He was constantly in the paper.
And he was among us. He was on the subway, and but the real story is so much stranger and weird and darker. And the way he treated her in the beginning was like, he just treated her like any other woman off the assembly line who wanted to be with him. There was nothing that really, he was still with Daryl Hannah and keeping her on the back burner. And she would find out that they were back together by opening up the paper like everybody else.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine you've been with this guy and he's led you to believe that like you have a real future, and you open up page 6 to see him with his movie star girlfriend?
No. I laughed at we failed the bar exam the second time. I've told the story before, but he passed it on the third time. And if he didn't pass it, he was going to get fired from his job in the New York DA's office. And he passed it by going to Albany Law School, where I attended.
No.
And he took his review class there because Albany Law School has a very high percentage pass rate. It's a great law school. It's smaller and not as well known as others, but it is a great law school, especially if you want to practice in the Northeast or in New York. And so he went there, and my mother was like, this is your chance. Like, you could marry him. He's the most eligible bachelor in America. You get in there and you try to make nice with JFK Jr. It didn't work out, Maureen.
What happened?
Nothing. I didn't get in there. He never met me. He had no idea who I was. And even if he had, he would have had zero interest in me because I did not look like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. In any event,
you dodged a bullet.
Well, when he died, I think my mom was relieved, but he had a tumultuous life. He had a reckless existence. Ask Not really walks you through how he had a death wish, this guy. And instead, this seems to be yet another Ryan Murphy. I think he's a misogynist. I actually I wonder, I'm not going to say Taylor Sheridan is a misogynist, but he can't write women. Every woman he writes is very unlikable, irascible, and like deeply problematic. I wonder about these very famous Hollywood writers who write women as just like the least likable, together, cool people. You know, I don't know, but Ryan Murphy, I definitely suspect, has got a serious problem with women because he seems to be blaming, you've pointed this out before, the plane crash on Carolyn's tardiness to showing up to the plane that day. And that's not really what did it.
I think that Ryan Murphy there is a specific kind of gay man that is very dangerous. They are truly misogynists, but they use their sexuality as a way of sidling up to women and being like, I could never be against women. Look, I know what it's like to be like a marginalized person in the world. Andy Cohen's another one. Okay, they're very dangerous. I agree with you that I think Taylor Sheridan is a misogynist. I watched the bulk of Yellowstone, and there was a scene in there where he had the strongest female character brutally assaulted and nearly gang raped. And
Beth Dutton.
Beth Dutton. That scene went on way too long. I'll say the same thing.
I agree. And I'm watching Landman now, which I like. I like Landman. And
okay, the daughter. Though,
yeah, the daughter.
Who's like having these conversations about sex with her father.
Exactly. And the wife, the his ex-wife, who they're back together. But like, there's something about the way he's writing these women, and I'm like, this is kind of offensive. Like, where there's a strong female lawyer there, so I don't know what he's going to do with her. She's a good, and I like Taylor Sheridan. I like that he's not woke, and I like that he's pushing back on oil narratives in this show, among other narratives. But like, it is not great to have all women in your series portrayed like complete fuck ups. Like, you do need a couple of strong, great female role models, I think, in your movies. I mean, in defense of Taylor, his male characters are also pretty shitty. So maybe it's across the board.
Like gang raped? Like, are they under threat of that? You know, in that whole scene with Beth Dutton too, where it was like, well, who's the guy who plays the boyfriend? Rip. Is Rip going to get to her on time? And like, throw all these guys through windows. I had a similar reckoning with David Chase in The Sopranos.
Oh.
Okay. So do you remember the episode where Melfi gets raped?
Yes.
Okay. I purposefully never watched that episode. I watched the entire series, but I would not watch that episode. And then I was watching the documentary on Chase.
This is the Tony Soprano psychiatrist, female played by Lorraine Bracco.
Lorraine Bracco, very tough New York woman, like a tough, glamorous New York woman. And in the documentary, she said to David Chase, she got that script, and she said, why are you doing this to her?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Why are you doing this to her? I don't want you to do this to her. And she said he explained it to her, and then she understood. But that was the first time I watched that scene in the context of that documentary. And it went on forever. And I thought, he is enjoying this. And he is enjoying taking the one woman in this series who is an intellectual and an independent woman and violating her like this and violating the actress who plays her like this. And it's rage at the mother, whole other thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong. Well, are you enjoying the series Love Story?
I find it very watchable.
They dropped the first 3 episodes and then now one comes out per week.
I find it very watchable, which is different than do I think it's good. You know what I mean?
I know you don't think they're portraying Jackie O correctly.
I think it's a desecration. I think
we have time. Let's play a little clip of that. We have one of those pulled. Do you guys know the one? It's SOT 33, I think is the one, right? Well, I don't know. Do you want to see when she speaks to JFK Jr.? Only one of us knows what it's like to marry into the family, or do you want to see the one where she's drinking alone in her living room?
Drinking alone.
That's the one Maureen wants. Let's see it. SOT 34.
Before you drift to sleep upon your cot,
she's in a living room. She's like hugging herself and kind of dancing.
Tales that you remember of
she's smoking? Can't tell.
Ask every person if he's heard the story, and tell it strong and clear if he has not.
She's picking up a JFK portrait and dancing with it.
There was a fleeting wisp of glory called Camelot. Camelot, Camelot. Once there was a spot for one brief shining moment. That was known as
Wow. Oh, wow.
It's like a miniature replica of JFK's official White House portrait.
Yes.
It's beyond camp. So at this point in the series, Jackie is dying of cancer, like a very aggressive cancer. She weighs like 80 pounds soaking wet. She's drunk, chain smoking near an open fire. And what do? Of course, you bent down and pick up like a 40-foot portrait and start dancing with it.
It's like the size of this thing.
Exactly.
So they're not going for true accuracy here. Okay, that's typical Ryan Murphy. International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There is a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it is a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to the number 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.